The following podcast contains strong language, nudity, flagrant racism, and a man yelling directly at titties. Viewer discretion is advised. You understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Get them titties out of here.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Tony, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
Get done.
Hello. Welcome back to the 4 a.m. podcast.
Oh, this
The
is going to be an episode.
The podcast about movies, snacks, and all things nerdy. I'm FBI detective Rob Lee.
Rob Lee.
Something Wong.
Oh.
I am too depressed to give a shit, Tony.
I am Brick Dom Fu.
I don't want to do this.
Juntao!
There you go. So,
Yeah.
heads up. Racism alert. It's going to be casually thrown around this episode.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to
Don't
this.
take it personal.
Or don't do.
Nope.
You can't, it's inevitable.
He can't not.
We already did.
I know.
So, we watched
some
Rush Hour from
It is an
1998.
integral part of the movie.
1998. Okay. But before we start that, I need to give an apology about our Mrs. Doubtfire review.
Uh-oh.
I feel I was not nearly harsh enough about that movie. And it's not just because we have a new guy at work that described himself as wanting to host a one-man show called Willy Wonkfire. A Willy Wonka, Mrs. Doubtfire crossover. This is a real story.
Wow.
Yeah. It's because Robin Williams is an absolute psychopath in that movie. He should not be allowed near his kids. He tried to kill Pierce Brosnan. He meddled. He broke court order. He should be in jail. He's an absolute bastard. Anyway, Rush Hour.
All right.
Anybody here seen Rush Hour before?
I have only seen parts of it here and there.
I believe I have watched the whole thing before.
Yeah.
Yipes. This
Parts of it on TV.
This is my first time. Tony, tell us about Russ H. Hour.
Yeah. It's from, you already said 1998, which surprised the shit out of me because this, I would have thought was earlier than that, but directed by Brett Ratner. Oh,
Where do we know him from?
Nothing good. He made Red Dragon, Money Talks, the Hercules with The Rock, and famously X3: The Last Stand.
Oh,
I was going to say, okay, I thought Brett was involved in fucking up the X-Men.
Also,
see the dude that touches his dick all the time?
probably because he had sexual allegations,
There you
so there's
go.
that too.
He always walks in the room and says, "What up, my N-word?"
I mean, which one of us
Possibly.
is not the dude that touches his dick all the time?
I mean, I just
not
feel like
all the time.
every picture I've seen of him, he has his hand on his junk. I think
Sure,
I've probably seen one
probably.
picture.
I think that's right. Actually,
I
think that's
refrain
right,
from
now that I
doing
think
it
about
while I'm at work unless I'm urinating.
Yeah, I try and refrain from doing it while you guys are here, at least noticeably.
He doesn't always succeed, but he tries.
I mean,
The giveaway is when the titty jiggles.
John, I need you
Yeah.
to keep talking.
Okay.
I want it that way, Rob. Tell me why.
I have a boyfriend. What else can you tell us about Rush Hour?
Oh, we're still doing that. Jackie Chan almost got killed on the set when they slammed the
Okay.
middle boxes together.
It wouldn't be a
Um,
Jackie Chan movie if that didn't
Like
happen.
that, like the very first scene.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the first scene
Yeah.
shot, but yeah, that's the whole bit about Chris Tucker not understanding him and whatever apparently came from Jackie Chan because when they actually first met, he was like, I did not understand a damn word that guy said because he just yammered on.
Oh, Jackie Chan said that about
Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Of course.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. This movie also is behind the inspiration of the creation of Rotten Tomatoes.
Huh.
So that actually started as a guy who was like a big fan of Jackie Chan, wanted to make a site where people could talk about all his different movies. And so once he saw this was coming out, he was like, I'm going to make a website. And
Huh.
And now he's owned by Disney.
yeah, like everyone else.
So you.
Oh, so
you-
that's why all the DC movies keep getting bad reviews.
Yeah. And all the Disney ones get good reviews.
Except
or
for the
deleted
Acolyte.
reviews.
Mm.
Wait, so he built an entire website just to. Like, was it just like a message board at first? Or was it to. Like, how to get.
I believe it
how
was
to get
just
called-
to talk and review Jackie Chan movies.
And it got called Rotten Tomatoes?
I guess. I don't know the full. I didn't go into a deep dive on the Rotten Tomatoes history. I didn't have the time for all that shit. Nobody's got the time for that shit.
I got bronchitis.
But yeah, I mean, it's very possible because like Jackie Chan has good movies, and I'm sure he's got a lot of bad ones too. So maybe he's like Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, does he have bad ones?
Well, let's figure out which one this is, unless you still have some more factoids for us.
Well, if we want to guess the money with the
Oh, yeah.
God.
How much it made or how much it.
how much did it cost? We start with how much it
40.
costs.
$40 million.
1998.
This is at the height of Jackie Chan fandom, yeah?
Yeah.
This is like the first of him really. Well, not the first of him in America, but like the first of his bigger
Mm.
start to America.
This is before like the medallion and the tuxedo
Yeah.
and all that other crap.
Other enchanted
This is
objects and gold.
claimed to be the first movie in America he did where he was not dubbed.
Mm.
I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna do 50 million.
I don't know. I'll split the difference. I'll go 45.
Did you say 30 million already?
I said
40.
40.
I'll do 35.
So close. It was 33.
Oh,
Ah.
everyone overshot.
I want to guess how much it made.
Did well.
120. I'm lowballing. I know.
I'm gonna say 150.
Was it just one sequel or two?
2.
Two.
But that doesn't necessarily mean
Mm.
it made a ton. It
I
just
don't
made
think that word
enough.
means what you think it means.
130.
One.
Singular
25.
sensation.
It's, 244.
Oh, I win.
All right, fine.
God.
It was a
What
big
is
deal.
$244 million. No, check that. What is, how much did it, 33?
Mm-hmm.
How much is 33 million? What is 33 million?
That's
get you?
almost 8 times as much as they paid for it.
What manner of long
Let me
product?
read the cast as it appears on IMDb because it gets interesting pretty quick. So you got Jackie Chan as Lee and Chris Tucker as Carter, our dynamic duo of heroes.
Yep.
You have Ken Leung as Sang, who I don't think they said his name once. I'm assuming that's the man that the blonde guy.
Yeah.
Eminem?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese M&M.
Chinese Eminem. Tom Wilkinson as Griffin / Juntao. Again, I don't think they said his name once other than Juntao.
Nope.
They did.
Zima as Consul
Wait,
Han.
Zima?
Zima, Tzima. And then Robert Lippman as the first Caucasian.
Oh,
There's no picture of Robert Lippman. It just says Robert Lippman, first
well,
Caucasian.
listen, Joe. I mean, if you're the first Caucasian, cameras
Yeah,
weren't around back
Exactly. Okay.
So is he one of the artifacts that were stealing in the beginning?
Came out of a
guess,
Europe,
yeah.
came out of a European swamp somewhere.
So what would that make him if this was like a presidential thing, like the first lady, the first Caucasian? Would that be married to an Asian person?
Tell you what, I'm gonna shut everybody else's microphone off, and I'm gonna let you workshop this.
And then, for whatever reason, 11 places down from the top billing in the cast are the two like FBI agents.
Sure. Well, nobody likes them.
Beyond,
They are the last Caucasians.
like, the daughter and the daughter's bodyguards and Chris Penn and the two cops at the diner.
I did like how high Chris Penn got, considering he's only in like 5 seconds of the
Yeah.
movie.
First Caucasian. First one on screen?
I
Guess
can only imagine.
the first one on screen when we were still in Hong
I
Kong.
Oh. Was there a Caucasian there?
At the dinner,
Yeah, at
maybe.
the dinner, like
Okay. I thought the first Caucasian would have been the British guy.
there were a bunch of British guys at
Well,
that dinner.
Maybe he was
I
like
don't think he was the first one
he was
on screen.
somewhat of important of an actor, and they're like, "All right, check it out. You're going to be the first white guy on the film. That's what we need you for."
This has to be done in like order of appearance.
I guess.
That's the only thing that makes any sense.
Well, but you don't see Chris Tucker for a little while.
Yeah, but
You see
that's a little different.
you see Sang before you see him.
Yeah.
Either way, we start with a shot of the Hong Kong skyline, and we go to a port in Hong Kong, and there's lots of guys in suits watching lots of dock workers load some statues into some crates
At night.
at night.
Yeah.
Standard
Super cliche, yeah.
standard Jackie Chan plot line: someone
also-
stealing Chinese
Yeah,
artifacts.
it splashes last day of British
Mm-hmm.
rule or
Yeah.
Waiting for Christian Bale to show up in hockey pads.
I just, it struck me as a trope that anytime you see stuff happening at a dock, it's at night.
Yeah.
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 As far as I'm aware.
That's illegal time for doing shit at a dock.
yeah.
Also, a moment ago you said super cliche, which was the tagline for this movie.
Well, yes, but like I'm talking about in any movie that I've ever seen. If you're at a dock during the day, there's nothing happening,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that they do work during business hours. It's
Yes,
just
but
odd.
not doing illegal things.
Oh,
They do
okay.
Yeah.
legal things
During the
day.
days when you investigate the aftermath.
It
Yeah.
says on the
Or get attacked by a monster.
It says
Yeah.
on the gate for illegal activities come back after sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Shenanigans after 6 p.m. only.
It's been a while
So-
since I've been to a shipyard, so
Yeah, okay.
Were you there at night?
I can't
Picking
say
up
that on
Johns.
air.
In fact, if you go during the day, there's someone explicitly that stands by the entrance and goes, "What the fuck are you doing here? All the cool stuff happens at night. Go, get out."
I hear now.
Either way, someone is doing a stealth mission, and they're doing pretty well. We see like 10 seconds of someone like knocking people unconscious and pointing guns at people. I really wish, like, after we see Jackie Chan, if we find out it's him doing the stealth mission, that part where you see like behind him and he jumps through a porthole as a guy's walking by.
Yep.
I really wanted him to pull that guy through the porthole.
Yeah, that would have been pretty awesome.
I would.
Also, it's like a weird thing. Like he does not shoot anybody in this movie
Ever.
Ever. Like he points guns at a lot of people, but I'm like, it would have been kind of cooler if he like had a thing like he doesn't use guns or something like that. Make that part
Oh.
of his like character.
Yeah, that's just
Chinese Batman.
Jackie
Yeah.
Chan. He never
Yeah.
shoots people,
Right,
but
that's
like you don't know that if
integrated
you're
into the
American.
movie,
Yeah,
you know.
But that's kind of makes him a kind of a shitty cop. He's like, never gonna use a gun.
No, but he doesn't need to. His bullets are his fists.
Jackie Chan as Bat Chan.
but also about 2/3 of the people in this film can immediately roundhouse a gun out of your hand.
True.
Yeah.
Like gun time does not get to happen for very long
No.
in this movie.
No. And it's very not satisfying
Correct.
when it does happen.
It's like it cuts right to the part where the one of the storms just takes the gun out of Kurt Russell's hand and punches it so hard it shatters. Anyway, I would rather be watching Big Trouble in Little China right now.
Who wouldn't?
So he's looking for Juntao. There's a Chinese version of Eminem who's like, shoot me. Come on, do it. I'll throw this guy who looks a lot like Billy Chow at you. And he throws a guy at Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan beats him up, and this dude runs for it. And we get some hardcore parkour. There's like some dock workers trying to stop him. He's kicking them. He falls between two containers, and this one guy's like, I'm just going to move these containers right now. Almost crushed Jackie Chan to death.
But he's like, I'm Jackie Chan, so I'm going to bounce out of this like a
Yep.
spider monkey.
Yeah.
And he freaking swings around the top of the forklift and just does like a 180-degree arc and kicks this guy with both feet.
Yep.
And that guy just leaves the side of the frame and is kicked out of the film. And like I'm pretty sure his corpse, when it hit the ground, blinked twice and disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't, like, Jackie Chan couldn't even loot him. He was just disappeared.
Pardon my ingestion of a zebra dick.
We usually do.
But then this other guy comes by and he's like, I'm going to do something with the gun with you. And Jackie Chan ends up handcuffing him to the forklift. And then he goes running after this dude, but he gets away on a boat. And so the cops show up. And they're like, that's all right. We saved all the cargo. Juntao's defeated. Let's go to dinner at the consulate. We got to tell the first Caucasian that Juntao his empire has been crushed.
That's a little premature.
Yeah.
Like they've never even confirmed at this point who Juntao is. And they're like, he's defeated, yay.
So, well, Counselor Han, I'm guessing that was kind of his job to like send Lee to stop Juntao.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm leaving for America, so I guess we won. Woo.
He had the mission accomplished banner behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we meet Counselor Han, who's like the father of the kidnapping victim in this movie. And then there's this other guy there who's just like, Counselor Han said all this stuff, and let's give him a round of applause. I'm totally not a bad guy. And you're like, you're the fucking bad guy. Just immediately on seeing this man, you're like, there is no way you're not the bad guy.
I did not pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. John and Rob can attest. As soon as he showed up on screen, I was like, "Hi, I'm the secret bad guy."
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess not so secret, but
Yeah, he's one of those guys. That's like, that might as well have been like Malcolm McDowell standing
yeah.
or or William Dafoe or something like. You're like, no, this guy, I cannot trust him.
Jeremy Irons.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Walken.
See, Christopher Walken,
I could go either way.
he's more like a chaotic neutral. So like, he's gonna do something weird, but it might not be evil.
He might not
But it'll
stay
definitely
evil.
be weird.
Yeah. So now, we meet Counselor Han's daughter, Sun Yi or something like that. I didn't catch her name.
So young.
So young.
So young, yeah.
That's again, I never caught her name, so we'll go so
S-
young.
How?
SOO.
Uh-huh.
Young.
So young.
Oh, is
So-
it Yung?
So young.
Su Young. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah,
Anyway, she punches Jackie Chan because he's
Right in
not
the
coming
dick.
to America with her. Not the first time she punches him in the dick. He gives her a necklace. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then we got to cut to Chris Tucker in a car screaming.
and
I don't think
that's the
first-
movie.
Yeah, that's not the first time we're going to use that. The last time we're going to use that transition either.
Oh,
Like, we're going to get that a lot. He pulls into a parking lot, and Chris Penn just wants to be anywhere else but this movie. He's just sitting there, like, standing against his car, like, fuck, I'm just here for the paycheck. He's going to sell Chris Tucker some C4.
yeah. Well, just like immediately, because I had seen this movie before ages ago. I don't remember shit about it, but he shows up and he's waiting next to his car. Chris Tucker walks over and he says, "You're late," and then it's like a 20-minute fucking tirade from Chris Tucker about why he's not late.
He's not late, and the other guy's
yeah,
actually
Chris
the one that's late.
Penn. I was like, oh,
Who's
fuck,
on first?
I want to die. Please end this
It's
now.
like I was in the back of the diner, and Chris Penn's like, I just watched you pull up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I was like, oh, you thought I was going to do this in the front of the diner? I wouldn't do this in front of the diner. That's crazy. Now let's do this right here in front of the diner. Like, oh, fuck you so bad. Oh, God.
so he just sees like a trunk full of C4. He's like, what's that? And it's like, it's C4. It's like, how do you? It said C4 on it.
And why do you want it if you don't know what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I think at one point he said that Iran couldn't get its hands on this, and I'm like, dude, it's C4.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of people could get their hands on
But yeah, his conversation with the, like, what's that? For a minute I was like, oh, because he's got a wire and he's trying to. Nope, he's just an ass. He's just he's just a big fucking moron.
And so,
This upset me.
these two cops are like, those guys are selling C4 out of the trunk of that car. I do like on the blooper reel, one of them, instead of saying, show me your hands, he's like, show me your ass! The guy's like, what? So, Chris Tucker here, Carter, he like whirls around and elbows Chris Penn in the face. Clive is his character, Carter and Clive. So Carter elbows Clive in the face. Clive falls on the ground, and the two cops are like, okay, I'm gonna, sit here and yell at Carter. And Carter's like, not gonna pull the badge out. He's gonna be like, don't, just go away. Don't worry, I got this.
yeah, because that'll work.
Yeah, what the fuck? Even if you weren't a cop,
Yeah.
what the hell makes you think just saying, hey, cops, it's cool. Go away now.
Yeah.
I know he had a gun on you a moment ago, but it's fine now. Like,
Yeah.
No,
that's
he's-
not how that shit works, my friend.
He's a terrible detective.
He's a terrible human being. Also, does he have an FBI badge? And if so, where did he get that?
I don't think he was FBI until.
I don't think he ever was, but he calls himself FBI, and he has an additional badge.
Yeah, he had two badges because he gave his LAPD badge to Jackie Chan.
I think he just, bought that.
I think
No,
like,
he-
off,
well, so
like,
he
it
did
was like
that.
here-
Amazon or some
I
shit.
think that was like, here you are, you're an honorary deputy for
Right,
this
yeah.
But they didn't even.
assignment.
I didn't even see that happen. I saw them go, "Hey, come over here for a minute. Fuck you. We think you're a loser. Babysit this guy." I never saw anyone be like, "Here's a badge."
Where's
I don't know. Maybe it
Yeah.
is from a fucking Cracker Jack box.
I'm telling you, I think it is.
So either way,
Oh
these two
no!
cops
Uh-oh.
standing there get shot in the nipples by Clive here on the ground. Then he gets in his car, drives off. So Carter goes chasing after him and shoots the trunk of the car, knowing full well that it has C4 in it. Don't worry, C4 doesn't explode when
Yeah.
you shoot it,
Yeah.
unless
make
you're
that
in this
mistake.
film.
Yeah,
Multiple times in
Well,
this movie.
Yeah.
pretty much any film. Let's be honest.
And not only that, he's discharging his weapon across an intersection.
Oh yeah, just right in
Yep.
traffic.
Blatant,
Spraying it all over the place.
Yeah.
When in doubt, just fire wildly at whatever is getting away from you. Just a quick interlude. I do have a surprise
Smooth as silk.
I am terrified of
surprise fat chat test kitchen
Is this ramen noodles?
for everybody.
It's tapeworms, Joe.
I want us all to
wish.
try this. It does not
Yeah.
have meat in it. I already checked.
Did you make noodles because we were watching a movie that was partially
no.
influenced
No.
by China?
That racism comes naturally, Joe.
Yeah, no. No, this was something I found today and just thought we had to try it. So we're going to try it, and then I'll tell you guys what it is.
Oh
So there's
no!
no meat in it.
There's no meat in it.
All right.
Why does it smell like Rice Krispie treats?
Just eat it, John.
Nice crispy noodles.
So yeah, now I am thinking of Rice Krispie squares.
It
And-
does kind of taste like that, doesn't it?
That's like some kind of maple syrup or something.
I mean, it's tasty. I like it.
Or no, not maple syrup. What?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Those have a cereal-esque flavor to it.
So what does everybody think now that they've tried it?
I don't like it. Noodles shouldn't be sweet.
It wasn't bad.
I dug it.
Yeah, it's all right.
So that is s'mores flavored cup noodles.
Okay.
It's different.
Yeah,
That was very weird.
It's confusing.
it is confusing. I also don't like sweet noodles, but it was not nearly as bad as I feared it was going to be. I'm gonna give it like a C minus.
I give it a B. I dig
Yeah,
it.
I'm at C with it. It'd be an interesting change of pace.
Yeah. Well, I'd go C, C plus.
Okay.
Did they sell it in an individual package?
Yes, that was one cup that I dispersed
I will,
among us.
I will not seek it out, but it is not straight up garbage. So yeah, I'll
Yeah,
give it
I
a
was
C.
fully expecting straight up garbage. No lie. Anyway, thank you guys for humoring me there. Back to shooting wildly into Los Angeles traffic and exploding a truck
Blowing
in
up
Los
a-
Angeles
yeah.
traffic,
blowing
or
up
not
a car
truck
full
or
of
whatever.
C4.
And then celebrating with a dance in the middle of the
Well,
street.
yeah. You want to do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
want to
let
have
us-
nobody know
Yeah.
who you are holding a
Yeah.
gun while you just dance in the middle of the
The
street.
extreme Michael Jackson parody dance.
Again, I was waiting for Christian Bale to show up and just start pummeling this guy.
No, I like you want 100 points from me. Have him start, being like, "Yeah, I did it," and doing this little dance, and then just a bus comes through, and he's just gone.
That same, like the same tour bus.
Yeah, it's like,
Or,
why,
yeah.
why would you think LA traffic would stop for man with gun or exploding car?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I don't know what street it was on, but it's probably another case of this is LA. Like, if you pull out from the lot, you're not going anywhere.
Which they do address that shortly.
So now we see Counselor Han is saying goodbye to his daughter, and you're like, all right, well, she's fucked. And she gets in the car, and like normally it would just be like, okay, that happened, and then a couple scenes later he'd get a phone call about his daughter being kidnapped. But no, we get carpool karaoke with Mariah Carey.
Wait,
But this is like,
fuck.
so it's kind of like Man on Fire, except creepy. Like, I don't understand Jackie Chan's relationship with her, and her name is So Young.
Soo Young, but
Soo
yeah.
Young,
Young.
but it's S-O-O.
O-O.
So Young.
I don't know. I think Jackie Chan and the counselor were just really good. Like they had
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
close working
He's
relationship.
the counselor's number
He's her,
one
he's her sensei
guy.
as well.
Yeah. He's like her uncle.
Basically.
Yeah.
So
Not a touchy uncle.
Yeah, not a naughty uncle.
Not a naughty
No,
uncle.
you know what?
Okay.
I can pretty much prove that he's not.
Oh.
Because if you are a naughty uncle, you aren't also teaching your child how to punch you in the dick, which he
true.
apparently
Yeah.
does.
Well, maybe he likes
Unless
that.
he
Well,
likes that.
okay,
For
but
exclusivity. You punch everybody else in the dick.
he won't be like gouge the eyes, go for the eyes.
So,
He wears his sunglasses.
friggin' blonde Eminem pretends to be a cop, walks up to this car that she's in, is like, here's the titular line, it's rush hour, bang, bang, and shoots these two.
Yeah.
Which a few things with it. One,
Yeah.
I was praying for Michael Douglas to show up when we saw this traffic jam. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We do get a way too long karaoke scene, like you mentioned, which I honestly thought like the drivers were going to be in on it, and I thought they were showing us this,
Yeah.
so we sympathized with them.
That was so that we didn't feel so bad for them when they got shot in the face. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
being put out of their misery.
yes.
They were like, "Oh,
But then, yeah, I was
guy."
also just genuinely surprised they both got, their heads exploded in front of this little girl.
Honestly, and I think I said it out loud, the whole scene, I was just like, this girl needs braces.
Well, yeah, you did say that.
Her teeth are out of control right now. She's a little kid.
So
whatever.
this is one of those scenes where you're like,
That's an Asian thing.
Why does this scene need to happen?
Nope.
We
No,
need.
that is.
Nope.
Well, first of all,
Joe.
she's
Hold
not
on, Joe.
she's not Japanese.
Rick is doing a racism right now.
No, it's an actual thing with Japanese girls. It's considered cute when they have weird looking teeth. Mm-hmm. I forget where I had heard this from, but it is
4chan, probably.
no, it is an actual
somewhere on
like,
Reddit.
It's an actual thing,
One of your weird.
and they don't get it corrected for that reason.
Just
Sorry,
like,
Joe.
Just like the lotus feet.
So yeah, Joe, Brick was just talking about this little Japanese girl.
I don't care. And I believe she's Chinese.
Oh yeah, I know.
She is Chinese.
Okay. So either way, in this Jackie Chan movie where, I want to see Jackie Chan do awesome things, I instead have to watch Jun Tao over here fight with this girl for like a minute in the back seat of this car.
Yeah.
Only for her to get out and run and get abducted by a motorcycle that drives her 50 feet to a van. And again, just like, I don't need to see this whole scene. Just have them call Han and be like, we got your daughter.
Also, what the hell's going on that you got cop cars? Apparently you closed off like 5 blocks for all this to happen.
They did like the Italian
Like,
job just to
yeah.
kidnap her.
Yeah, just like, Jesus.
So now they call Han, they break the news. He's like,
You're like,
Yes.
check it out, FBI.
sorry, sir, you're alone now.
Yeah.
You're Han.
No, fuck all of you.
So he calls for Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan comes in with his shirt like 3/4 of the way unbuttoned. And just
Swaggering around.
just hands fucking Itchy a box of parts.
It's for your sex machine.
Yeah. Lumpy's just jacking it in the living room. It's
You know what? Fuck. Normally, I would never want to see any of those Wookiees again. But replace any of them, with, swap them in for Chris Tucker. I'm okay with it.
Okay. I don't know.
Not being able to understand what the fuck they're saying versus way too much of whatever he's
I
saying.
was already in the I can't understand
yeah.
what you're saying.
Could you imagine if
Yeah.
the grandpa was Tucker?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but the whole
Yes.
time he's just sitting in a fucking sex machine.
What does Chris Tucker do in this?
all I know is I'd rather be playing with a tow bore.
Yes. Putting it together yourself.
It's a robot backwards. Anyway, enough of the fucking Star Wars Christmas special.
I'm gonna get some death sticks.
Yeah, bust open those Nutter Butters.
I'm gonna bust that nutter
Bust
butter
a
all over the place.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Oh, put it in your mouth.
That's right.
All
These
right,
are
so
double nutty.
Han's like, check it out, FBI. I sent for my number one guy. I want him to help. The FBI is like, oh, we got this. We got a lot of people on it. We got enough people on it. Top men, yeah. And the Han's
Rob
like,
is
well,
not my
yeah,
top man.
too bad. My guy's already on the way. So the FBI's like, well, fuck. We can't use help. We
Yeah.
can't collaborate with people. Now, granted, actually, before 9/11, this is pretty much how the FBI operated.
Can you stop, collaborate, and listen though?
No, they're not. ICE is not back.
Although I do love like before 9/11, after whatever, I don't care. Like they're like we can't have him anywhere near this. We're gonna dump him on the NYPD and then just stick them both off in a corner somewhere. We want nothing to do. How about let him go into the consulate and just talk? Like once he wants to go to the street, okay,
Yeah.
keep him in place, but just let him talk.
Just be like, hey, consulate, we have laws that kind of say this man can't be running around L.A.
With a gun.
with a gun doing stuff.
Yeah, but
Also, Chris Tucker cannot be within 100 feet of your daughter. So,
well, that's for a couple of reasons.
yeah. So, either way, they're like, I got a plan. Let's foist him off onto LAPD. So, not Clive, Carter here. He's over in the LAPD. He's like, oh, I'm the best. I'm the greatest. Hey, Detective Johnson, I'm going to just sexually harass you for a while. She's like, you're going to get fucking suspended. You blew up a car and then did a happy dance about it.
And we're all like, her?
You got a problem with Detective Johnson?
I'm just saying, I'm not.
You don't like the
I
Johnson?
don't need her detecting my Johnson.
Yeah, she didn't tickle my Johnson.
Do you like her better as a Pixar character?
Yeah, honestly, that she was pretty hot as that. She was the Shadow or whatever her name was, Stealth Sneak.
Something like that.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
She was in The Incredibles, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
she the white-haired assistant,
Oh.
Bad guy assistant.
whatever?
Gotcha.
I'm just saying her haircut in this did no favors to the shape of her
Yeah,
skull,
I'm all right with the pixie cut.
head, face. Well, pixie cut in itself is not offensive to me, but like it does not complement the shape of her head.
Gotcha. All right. So either
Okay, I
way,
don't know what to tell you.
you know,
I notice these things.
Carter goes into the boss's
Nut in my
office,
mouth.
and the boss is like, you fucked up, Carter. You did all this terrible stuff, but I like that you took the initiative and blew that car up. So I'm going to have you work on this special assignment. So get on over to the consulate, and you're going to be working with the FBI.
Go get
So-
your safety scissors and a circle of paper.
Carter hears I'm part of the FBI now, and just rolls up to the consulate, throws his keys to one of the guards outside, like he's going to check his car. And
Just
then
shoot him.
Yeah, just fucking walks in there like he's in charge, and he's an FBI agent and whatever.
A big Dick Carter.
So
He walks into the room. He grabs the notepad out of the hands of this one guy.
Yep.
I so wanted to see 5 other guys tackle him to the ground.
Yep.
Like, come on.
No introduction, no like.
Yeah, no, just walks in like he fucking owns the place.
what if that notepad was all just like super bad style dicks?
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
like Dr.
it
Coctopus.
was, it was all rule, it was all Rule 34.
Yeah, and like, you know, he's in the middle of drawing a triumphant veiny bastard.
Yeah.
When fucking, he's like, get me a copy of this.
It's all Sonic the Hedgehog Rule 34.
Jesus.
Rouge the Bat and her tits.
So, and with the head guy's like, all right, come for a walk with me. Let's talk about this in private. Here's what I need you to do. You're going to pick up this guy, Lee, at the airport, and you're just going to babysit him. You're going to take him anywhere but here. I don't care what you do.
Now, why don't they want Lee there? I never quite.
Because
They don't- they don't
want to
want
have a movie. But
We all discussed this already. But
I'm sorry.
No,
they
they-
just, we're FBI, he's not.
Yeah, they don't
pretty
want
much it.
anybody
I believe
interfering with their investigation.
it just said in the script.
That's fair.
That was the explanation.
That's fair. I think it had that in that guy's notepad too.
Yeah. So,
Oh my God, Bill.
oh, wow. Yeah. I apologize. Get the candle. That was rude. So,
There is just
Who
straight
has
up
the
Oh,
power of
boy.
shit. On,
Who has the power of fire?
there's just shit on your microphone.
Oh my God.
Oh, my
So-
hands smell like onions.
he goes back
The
to
one
he
behind
goes
you
to the
might be
airport to
easier to
pick
reach.
up Jackie Chan here, Agent Lee, and Lee just decides for whatever
There you go.
reason,
That's got it.
I'm just going to pretend that I don't speak English, just to see, you know, how much of a dick Chris Tucker could be. And Chris Tucker's like, "Oh, I could be a dick all day."
Well, he didn't really pretend. He just didn't,
Well, that's it. You want, yeah.
He just didn't do anything. He just stood there and didn't
He
respond.
let
And he's-
he let Carter make the assumptions that he was gonna
Yeah,
make.
Yeah.
should have trimmed that wick before we did that.
Oh well.
Oh.
I like that we have a lemon scented candle and a maple scented candle going at the same
Battle each other.
time. I mean, I guess anything's better than
What came out of Joe's ass?
yeah,
It wasn't good.
the fecal color forms that are now spreading throughout the room.
So
Also, you were just talking about how he, the whole thing about pretending he doesn't speak English or like not responding. right?
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out, spoiler alert, Chris Tucker, what
Lee.
Lee? No, what's the
Carter.
Carter? Sorry, right? Because Chris Tucker, Carter.
Yep.
Sure. Apparently he is a ginormous asshole because he speaks fluent Chinese.
Why?
Well, I think he learned it for the
Yeah,
vacation.
that was just at the
Oh,
end.
you think that was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll give that.
Either way, here's where we get the scene from the trailer where he's like, "Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?" And Lee doesn't say anything to that and just
No. Nor
gets in the
should
car.
He's just yelling it into his face.
He then says, "Mr. Rice-A-Roni don't even speak American." And I'm just like, fuck you, dude.
None of that made sense.
So-
You're an asshole. I hate
I'm not
everything
gonna,
about
I didn't
you.
write anything, any other parts of it down, but just assume anytime he speaks something racist about Chinese people, some stereotype thrown in there, like every fucking scene.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Then Carter on the way there, driving on his cell phone. You know, I
Yep.
guess that wasn't a big thing then yet. So he calls the captain. All the cops are laughing at him. Captain's like, "Yo, I'm going to suspend you for 2 months if you don't take this case. So, good luck."
Without pay.
Yeah, without pay. So he takes Lee to the Chinese theater because he's Chinese.
It's like when you put
Look, it's like you're back home.
it's like
Yeah.
when you put a bug in a jar with a stick in it. It's
Yeah.
like it's your habitat, man.
Yeah.
Chill.
And I mean,
Well, they did say,
there is
like-
an informant there that he's going to talk
Yeah,
to.
I
But-
think that's the real reason. But
Yeah.
which would have been fine if that's just what he went to do.
Exactly. Just
And-
say that to him.
Yeah, instead of being like,
But you're like-
you'll feel at home here.
Yeah, he shows him John Wayne's Hollywood Square. He's like, just hang out here. Maybe you'll
Yeah.
meet one of your cousins.
So there's some guy selling star maps. He gives him $45 for a map and finds out that there's somebody buying up a whole bunch of guns and bombs and stuff. But I don't know his name. Or actually, he doesn't know his name for $45. And Chris Tucker's like, "I don't want it that bad. So I'm not going to give you any more money."
And I need to chase after Jackie Chan
Yep.
now. Leave.
So Lee has gone and climbed onto a tour bus. So rather than follow the tour bus with your fucking sports car,
Right.
he just ran after it and climbed on it
Right.
and pointed a gun right at his head.
Right, the tour bus that presumably
Yeah.
stops like every 30 feet or so.
Uh-huh.
Then everyone noticing that there's a man with a gun climbing onto the bus, they're like, "Oh, let's pose with pictures of this guy." And he's like, "People are taking pictures of me. I'm going to do all these cool poses with my gun and display an alarming lack of firearm security."
Also,
Yeah, he's like pointing it at people on the bus.
yeah.
Pointing at himself.
Also, to point out, at this point, as far as Chris Tucker is concerned, this guy, he told to stand over, like come to the theater or whatever, just stand here, but he doesn't speak English, doesn't know what he's saying, but he's like, oh, he disobeyed that, so I'm going to jump on a bus and point a gun in his face.
I'll understand that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Universal translator.
On the subject of alarming lack of firearm safety, did you guys see how the Alec Baldwin trial ended?
No.
They dismissed the charges against him because of just glaring prosecutorial incompetence.
Yeah.
Oh.
They like didn't submit evidence.
Yeah, well, and at one point, when they were doing tests on the gun that he fired, they could not, for whatever reason, get it to fire. Like, it just didn't work. So they hit it with a hammer and broke the gun.
Yeah.
And the defense is like, "We can't examine it now. We didn't get to do our tests." And that happened for like a whole bunch of other stuff too. To the point where during the lunch break, one of the prosecutors was like, "I can't be part of this anymore." Like, told the judge, like, "I have to withdraw from this."
That's how I feel about life right now.
So, needless to say, the charges were dropped because of just extensive violation of the Brady rule.
But the the armorer still
I-
was convicted
Yeah.
of.
But she's going to get
she's
a
trying to appeal it.
yeah.
'Cause she's trying to have it thrown dropped because of all this.
But that's I don't know.
like it sucks. But
Yeah.
like what are you gonna do? I mean,
No,
Yeah.
from what I mean, I don't know because whatever. Who knows what?
I don't think
what-
Alec Baldwin intentionally killed anybody.
Yes, from what everything I've
It's
heard,
just a shitty situation.
Alec Baldwin shouldn't be held accountable for this because it was all the armorer who was just like not handling guns properly, but apparently they're probably going to get away with it now because
Well,
there's a bunch of idiots
in civil court, he's going to give that family
he
a
was a
bunch of money.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah,
Yeah. But
I think it was a she, wasn't
he's
it?
going to escape
Yeah, it
jail
was a
time.
she.
yeah. The armor was
Whoever.
is a she.
Yeah.
he, she, whatever. I don't know.
That was her first time as an armorer.
Well,
Their last time too.
Yeah, I keep picturing the armor from the Mandalorian.
I wish.
handing Alec Baldwin.
This is the way.
I don't mean to laugh at the tragedy, but just imagine though after that happens and she just turns the jetpack on.
Like,
Adios.
Later.
How did that happen?
Adios, sucker.
This is the way. So okay, back at fucking pointing a gun at Lee, hops off the bus, hops onto a traffic sign and just hangs there, and then they chase after him. He gets in a taxi. Carter commandeers a motorcycle and chases after the taxi.
Which again, instead of showing the guy his badge
Yep.
and commandeering it, he shoves the gun in his.
Oh yeah, he just Grand Theft Autos this guy.
Yup.
And
Which
fucking,
again, also throwing this out there, not showing his badge and saying LAPD either.
no,
He says, "I'm FBI."
yeah.
You're not.
No, well, he
Fucking
is
not.
now. He's,
He's
Yeah,
not.
he thinks he is.
he appointed
thinks he
himself.
is, yeah.
In
But
his
no.
in his own Carter world.
Oh, well,
he's
yeah.
an FBI agent.
Oh, guess what? Then I'm president.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean,
Tony.
some people have tried that.
Yeah, you just need to run at a man on a motorcycle and say, "I'm the president. I'm commandeering this." It will probably work.
There you go.
I don't think he'll believe you, but you'll end up with that motorcycle.
Yeah, maybe not in LA.
know
I
what?
think it happens too much that they're probably.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what. The little corner by where I live, I'll try that later tonight and we'll see how it goes. I hope you expect a call from the coroner later.
Try pooping on the sidewalk. That usually helps.
Oh, that'll definitely.
That's how you end
that'll
up
happen
with the
all
name
time.
Poopies.
Defecate in defiance.
Anyway, can we tell we don't want to talk about this movie? So it ends up
Let's skip a bunch of shit.
where he's Lee takes Carter's gun, then Carter pulls another gun, then the cab driver pulls a gun,
Yeah.
and then Lee's like, "I can speak English," and then you're like, "I don't fucking care."
Yeah, honestly, at this point, you're like, whatever. Like,
And
we knew this was coming.
Yeah, we're back in the car, and they're listening to the radio, and Lee puts on the Beach Boys, and then Carter puts on, I forget who does that song, some hip hop song that was popular in the late '90s.
It was bad. It was a bad
like
hip hop song.
Bounce with me, chicka, 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 bounce with me. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that
That
sounds
was
like
good.
Will Smith.
I like that
Yeah.
rendition.
That's the song.
That was not it exactly, but I don't remember. So
It was the doggy bounce.
yeah.
sure.
So
To the doggy bounce.
they then go to a bar, and he tells Lee to do exactly what he does.
Yeah.
And you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fucking goes in, starts throwing the N-word everywhere.
What's
Yep.
up, my,
Yep.
I mean, it's got the soft A at the end, but still, it's fucking weird.
So Carter goes into the back room, elbows the dude who lets him in. There's this pimp-looking guy who's actually his cousin Lou, but
That was a nice fucking suit.
It was a nice suit.
nice suit, yeah. Can't
Bright
fault
red.
him on that.
Bright red, yep.
Fucking, he tells Lee to go wait out in the pool hall. Go have an action sequence while I attempt to be funny.
Yeah, go Jackie Chan it up while
Yeah.
I Chris Tucker it up.
So it turns out this guy here, this pimply looking guy, is his cousin Lou, and he doesn't want to.
Pimply, not
Yeah.
not pimply.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to have to arrest you because Aunt Bootsy won't take it well or whatever.
She got a
And
weak heart.
She got a weak heart. Yeah.
And why you gotta bring Aunt Bootsy into this?
And then fucking he tells him, he's like, there's this guy, he's buying up all these guns, I don't know his name, same shit you already know. He's like, okay, I gotta go. But meanwhile, in the other room, Jackie Chan runs face first into a double standard and goes to the bar and throws the N-word right at the bartender and is immediately attacked. And
bartender is not even a black dude, right?
no, I think he is.
He was like mixed.
Oh, okay. He wasn't first Caucasian.
He was definitely not
definitely wasn't.
first
He was not the
Caucasian.
first Caucasian.
All right, I couldn't like. It was like
I think Chris Tucker actually calls him like a mulatto motherfucker. Like
okay.
later in
I
the
don't
scene.
remember that.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't
okay.
remember that either, but sure.
Tell you what, though, if this was being cast today, he would be first Caucasian.
Yes. Well, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
What did you say?
So, anyway, the fight's pretty
About
cool.
these oppressed peoples.
He's flipping around pool tables. He's throwing bar stools. He gets the pool sticks. He's beating people up with those.
He's got cues. He's got balls. He's got lights. I guess
It's your standard Jackie Chan, like, use all the props in the room
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
but it's like
Did he use the triangle?
I don't think
No.
he used the triangle.
Yeah.
He should have used the triangle.
he used
I think they were
balls.
saving all that for when he
The
had
rack.
when he had the steering wheel.
Yeah, they couldn't
Yeah.
double dip on their hollow objects, I guess. But yep, that's kind of how it felt to me. Like
Double up.
it was cool, but it was also kind of tame a little bit, like watered down a little.
I think it's standard fare Jackie Chan for me, under the assumption that at the end you'd get like a lot of Jackie Chan, which we don't get.
Yeah, well, that's
And that's probably what makes
He
it
also
disappointing.
wasn't fighting other Chinese guys.
Yeah.
right.
His own stunt guys are like way better
Yep.
at.
And that's
fighting
what I
with
was
him.
really hoping for, and like assuming I was not going to get was like a really cool Jackie Chan in this movie.
That was another thing that I found troubling when looking up info on this. Is supposedly their first test screening of this movie, basically their main note was we need more Jackie Chan doing Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah.
And
So they went back and added
they
more.
Do try. He does get like a lot of fight
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
But they're all kind of like
Yeah.
There's stuff we've seen before.
I don't even want to say they're lame, but they're just lame for Jackie Chan.
They're short. Like, they don't have enough time to fully, like, develop and
it's-
tell much of a
it's
story.
like shit I assume I would see if I watched the Jackie Chan Karate Kid.
I'd say it's better than that. But
Well,
it's-
yeah, probably because it doesn't have chains.
But my point was just like that means prior to this there was a version with far less Jackie Chan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that frightens me.
It was probably like 3 fights max. Like the end
Although-
fight,
Yeah.
this one maybe, and the first one in Hong Kong.
I wonder if it would have saved Chris Tucker a little better. Because like he keeps edging on that thing of like he might not be a complete worthless asshole because like the stuff of like we're going to the Chinese theater and I just seem terrible, but it's because I have an informant there, and we're going to this bar or whatever, this pool hall because
my cousin is here.
yeah, basically have an informant there. Like he is trying to make something happen, so maybe there was more of that.
So you're
But,
thinking instead of the Jackie Chan scenes, there was more like filler scene
Yeah, maybe
that
he got-
explains.
Yeah, he got a bit more time
I'd
to
rather
prove
be-
he's a good cop
I'd
and
rather
worthwhile.
be confused with less Chris Tucker.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It might have saved his character a little
Yeah.
more. I don't care because I still
Yeah,
don't like him.
it was still the best part of the movie. It was the
Yeah.
Jackie Chan
Yeah.
parts.
I'll wait till the end when we're reviewing to discuss that more. But anyway, all right. So we have this row. He busts into the room, the back room, and they're like, "All right, gotta go. I'm gonna pretend like I hate you now, and I'm gonna go outside and ride around with Jackie Chan and handcuff his hand to the car and go buy him a burrito."
Yeah.
And he comes outside, and not only has Lee escaped, but he took the steering wheel too.
Right.
I thought that was pretty funny.
yeah.
So now Carter's kind of fucked.
What other movie were we watching where somebody got in trouble because his partner bought him a burrito?
Point Break?
Point Break was
Or Bright.
Oh yeah, it was,
Bright was because Point Break it was something else. It was like a chili dog.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Gary Busey's like, get me two.
Two chili dog. Yeah.
Don't pay attention to them.
He
bank
didn't get in
robbers.
trouble. That's a thing that
What
happened.
are these frankfurters you brought me? I specifically asked for 2 chili dogs, please. Cold dogs.
So
I don't care what type of dog. It could be a Shih Tzu. Just make them cold and bring them to me raw and wiggly.
So at the gate, these 2 gate guards there, and they see a Chinese man approaches, handcuffed to a steering wheel, and he's like, "I have
Originally,
information."
that's behind his
Yeah, he's
back.
got his
Well, yeah.
on his back.
But I have information that I need to inform the consulate about, and they're like, fudge off, you fuck, get out of here."
Right, like why wouldn't he just say, "My name is whatever
Yeah.
Lee. I'm here to see whatever."
Because the
also, like,
FBI doesn't want to hear that shit.
yeah, I also like that
And by-
it doesn't even seem to occur to any of them that there might be.
I mean, my guess is
he
just
might be the
'cause-
guy that he called in.
My guess is probably that's what happened originally, and they were like, "Yeah, but we need more Jackie Chan fights."
Well,
Probably.
So the commissioner or the chief or whoever it was that kind of gave them Tucker, he could have been tricking them too, because he didn't actually explain how shitty of a cop this guy was. So they might not have known what they actually got and thought that they were digging over an LA cop, and they got reverse dicked over.
Either way, he beats these 2 men's asses with a steering wheel, and it is pretty cool.
Well, yeah. Although this is again, like he says, no, wait, I was invited, and then just proceeds to kick the shit out of them. I'm like, wait, like you might want to give it a second there to see if that worked.
Nah,
No,
fists are already in flight.
immediately
So-
a foot in your face.
I do remember Jackie Chan. I think it was an interview with Conan, where he was talking about how if filming scenes in Hong Kong versus filming scenes in America, because this part where he parkours over the wall, he's like, in Hong Kong, we would have just found the wall, and I would have been like, "That's a good wall. Get the cameraman," and we would have been done in like an hour,
Yeah, well, the
You know,
walls are
they-
shorter in Hong Kong.
maybe a little less. But he said it was a whole day of shooting, and they had to have like mats and like all the different coordination with the stunts and whatnot. And he's like, it took the whole day just to parkour over a wall. So he parkours
Now
over
they
the
do
wall.
it all with CGI.
That's right. Now they do it with quick cuts, so you can't see Liam Neeson almost dying trying to get over a fence.
What are you talking
Or
about?
pissing his pants.
Snake Plissken totally jumped that motorcycle onto the
my
back of
God,
that pickup
stop.
truck.
Shut up! Oh my God.
I have to remind you, Rob, because I'm envious of your ability to forget.
It'll be gone within seconds. You know this.
So
Search your heart. You know it to be true.
he parkours around the house. He's jumping through trees. He jumps in a window, fucks up one of the FBI guys. Just takes the belt to his pants, like whips him with that. Like hacky sacks the gun around, catches it in midair, flings the holster off, and like points the gun at the other guys. And then Counselor Han's like, "Hey everyone, this is the dude that I called."
He's with me.
Yeah.
This is why I called him, because he's a badass.
He should, in theory, be doing this to the bad guys now, but clearly there's been some misunderstanding.
Who'd you guys get? John Wick? Oh, Chris Tucker. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So, of course, Carter's got to be the one that answers the phone when they call to demand the ransom.
Carter
But I will
Mario.
say, as annoying as he is, keeping him talking, that's like,
Yeah.
good. Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah, but at the same time, the dude's like, "Yeah, you're the reason she's gonna die. 'Cause
Yeah.
you won't shut your mouth."
so, they trace the call, and they're like, dude, it's like half an hour, 40 minutes into the movie. You're going to get blown up if
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
follow that call.
It was like you could see because they were talking to the dude on the phone, and he's like in this building,
Yep.
and Admiral Akbar is just standing right next to him.
Yeah. He's got the duct tape over his mouth.
He's like, yeah, Eminem's just like, yeah, not yet, Admiral Akbar.
Eminem's sitting there, slightly putting the giant piece of cheese down and pulling the
Yeah. So the head FBI guy's like, let's go get some men killed.
That's right.
And Lee is like, all right, we should tell him, don't do that. And Carter's like, all right, let's go tell him. I'm going to go hide behind this lamppost.
And what is the? He says, if you were about to get a few $1 million, you wouldn't be in this building.
I don't
or
know.
what?
I don't understand
Yeah, it
the
doesn't-
logic there. It's
No.
because it's an abandoned building. Like, where do you think you would do this?
Yeah, where would you normally operate your
just
crime
McDonald's
from?
play place
Yeah.
down the street.
Now,
It's been refurbished. It's pretty nice.
Not everybody can, Bugs Bunny a
playscape?
hole under a garbage can like
no.
speed.
He's about to get several $1 million. It's going to obviously happen at the P.F. Chang's.
so, now I do want to re-edit
John,
this
wake
scene
up.
for when the SWAT team makes it to the top floor and the phone calls and they pick it up.
Put my penis on.
I want just a clip then of Akbar
Yeah,
like
that's
is
what I'm
on the other
hoping
end of the phone like it's a trap.
He's like, call an ambulance.
I'm not even sure
Okay.
they pick it up though. I think it's
Oh,
just
they're
called and
fucked.
then, yeah.
So
Boom.
kaboomers, the whole building blows up. Well, the whole top of the building, and like Juntao's just like I'm gonna walk away, and Lee's the only person who sees him, and he's like the FBI's useless, so I'm not gonna tell any of them. And Carter's the only person that notices that Lee went running off. I bet that the FBI guys were just like, good, they left.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Run
at this
away,
point,
coward.
Lee's also the only one who's seen that guy before and
Yeah.
knows he's part of this.
So we get
Though
we
they
get
should have suspected.
a neat little chase scene here. We're running around. We're fighting with an axe. This guy fucking hawks the axe at Chris Tucker, and
That would have gone way through
Mm-hmm.
the drywall. The drywall looked like it stopped it, and I'm like, nah, that would have gone right through both sides. Anyway,
so guy runs across the scaffolding and he like trips and falls a little bit, gets up, and then Jackie Chan runs across and like falls into the scaffolding. So Chris Tucker's like, just plow onto the scaffolding, no problem. And they fall like 50 feet. I don't know. They fall a lot. And what you call it? They should be dead. And then
Roll credits.
Juntao gets away in the car, or Sang, I should say, because he's not actually Juntao. And then
Love
where
the
we
blue
even go
blocker
from
stuff.
here?
So
So
you can sleep and you don't think we'll notice.
That's exactly what he's trying to do.
John has donned some like wraparound
rather than
shades.
participate in the conversation,
Yeah, I didn't even do it right.
John is attempting to sleep.
Yeah, I particularly like he put that on like now Rob won't be able to tell, and then like cut to 2 minutes later when he's like,
Yeah, snoring and farting. And,
Rob's playing a game of how many Nutter Butters fit in John's mouth.
yeah.
how many of his Nutter Butters?
Rob's playing the game of brick. Find out how many Nutter
Yeah.
Butters fit in John's
It's
mouth.
gonna be double nutty.
So
So much cream.
either
Devour
way,
it?
they now Carter's like, oh no, so Lee's like, I found this thing on him.
Yeah.
It looks like a push pop, and
It does look like a Flintstones push pop.
they're like, oh, I don't know what it is. Let's take it to Johnson. We haven't seen her in a while. And Johnson's trying to defuse a bomb in some bomb simulator, and Carter fucks it up for her.
I mean,
Well,
honestly, it looks
she
like
was
she
going to
was
fail,
fucking it up
but,
pretty well herself.
but he comes in and he's like, Johnson!
She was.
What are you
just-
doing? Something delicate?
Yeah.
She was just like. Sorry.
People are
She
gonna hate
snips
me.
the wrong wire. It blows up in her face.
I do like that he just takes like a whole Lexane panel and just walks in the room, like walks up at her with a whole like blast shield.
So she can't punch him in the
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah, that's fair.
He knows how this
It's
goes.
a good strategy.
He hits on her for a while, then he's like, tell me about this thing. And she's like, it's a detonator. It could set off, like, it could open your garage or it could set off C4. And he's like, of course, C4.
I remember that from earlier.
And then he hugs her and leaves.
So this was in the days before cell phones could open your garage door for you.
Yeah.
So remember, this is a radio transmitter.
You needed a detonator for that shit.
Yes. This is a radio transmitter.
Yep.
Correct,
Remote
yeah.
detonator.
Yes.
That's how Elvis would have opened his door. It's just a detonator each time.
Yeah. Just shot the
A
garage door
very
over there.
small radio.
So, now, whatchamacallit, on the way out, Jackie Chan just sneaks in a flagrant boob grab on this woman.
Yeah, but
I mean, she's wearing body armor.
yeah, she's wearing armor.
But his
and-
hands are just like, huh?
True, but I don't want to sound.
She's
insensitive.
about to attack Chris. And,
Oh, he's holding her back. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I know where you're going, Rob.
The boob
I-
situation.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And there was more armor than boob. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe they hired this lady for her acting ability, not her physical assets.
That's fine. Totally fine.
I'd hit Detective Johnson with my Johnson.
That's fine. That's fine. I've seen her in other movies where I was like, oh, hey. Or maybe not other movies, but other situations.
Crazy idea that we might not just base everything on her looks.
That's what I was
I'm
talking
not
about.
basing everything. I'm basing her attractiveness on her looks.
So, speaking of discussing attractiveness, we go back to Chris Penn for some reason.
Yeah, the most attractive
'cause
person in this movie.
C4, he detonator.
First
That's his
Caucasian.
thing.
That's, first Caucasian over here is the only person in the world that could get you C4.
Yeah, you get a couple of retarded brothers, the Penn brothers. You get one of them that looks like he had a bad shellfish reaction. You put him in this movie.
That was a Chris Tucker reaction.
Oh yes, bad Chris Tucker reaction. He got all bloated.
Fucking Chris Penn shows up looking even more bloated than usual.
It looked like Sean Penn halfway through Weird Al's fat transformation.
Reservoir Dogs, this is not. So, long story short, after this scene, he tells him the guy's name's Juntao. And Lee's like, oh, Juntao. But he never tells Carter what that means.
No, why would you share information?
Yeah.
Why would you possibly want to share
well,
information with other people so that you
To
could
be
have
fair,
more people trying to help?
would Carter have understood any of it or processed
make the
any of that
attempt.
information?
It doesn't matter. You can still pass it along to somebody who would
Yeah, I
understand
guess.
it.
As
I think
things
at this
go
point-
on, they would have pieced stuff together
If he was
faster, I think.
genuinely trying to save this little girl that he cares about so much, you would think he would take every avenue open to him.
So,
It's true.
we got to go to the Fu Chow restaurant. Before we do, we got to sing along to war. We got to have our bonding moments. You know, we got to do some dances.
No, we
gotta
don't. No, we
learn
don't.
to disarm, show them the gun disarm move.
Nope.
We got to do the Michael Jackson
Wait,
dance.
so all right? Was I away for
Yes.
some of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of
I'm assuming because there's like a whole minute of Jackie Chan showing Chris Tucker how to steal a gun.
What is it
Oh, I must have
good
been
for?
preparing.
Absolutely not.
The showing him how to take the gun, I appreciate that's
Yeah.
fine and setting stuff up for later.
Does it happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he gets
They
it.
like take it away from each other like multiple times.
and then like he does it later on in the movie. But yeah, the whole singing and showing him how to dance. That's
Chris Tucker shows Jackie Chan. How to
Oh
dance?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then
but
Jackie Chan
no,
starts showing
yeah.
him like katas.
Like one of those like Dangerous Minds kind of.
Yeah.
Like, teaching,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Teaching the white girl how to dance.
Yes.
Kind
Yes.
of things. That's pretty.
I don't know.
That's
I thought
great.
it was a fairly decent bonding montage.
Sure.
Bondage.
But anyway, John farts in my general direction. So
for the third time.
what they don't know is that Counselor Han here has 30 minutes to make the drop or he's not going to get his daughter. And they're just fucking around,
Yeah.
you know, doing whatever outside the Fu Chow restaurant. So then Lee goes and shows Carter where you could get the good Chinese food. And Carter's like, this is just grease. And he calls the guy behind the counter a punk bitch, and the guy's like, "I'm no punk bitch."
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this transaction where it's like an old Asian dude, and he's just yelling back and forth to Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
I'm not a punk bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, you're punk bitch. Not punk
forget.
bitch. You punk
But I
bitch.
wouldn't
I'm
be
like,
surprised
what
if
the?
Chris Tucker pointed the gun at him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
He might have.
Hey, why is this greasy ching chong fucking shit? You punk bitch.
Yeah, so
I'm not punk bitch. Not punk bitch. You
then
punk
he tries
bitch.
it, and he's like, "Oh, this is really good."
Yeah, Jackie Chan tells him it's eel, and he's eating camel hump or some shit.
Yep.
I'm like,
Camel's hump.
yeah, those famous Chinese camels.
Yeah.
You know, it's all cat.
Yeah, of course. Like I know. Well, no, that's Korean.
So,
I thought you were gonna say that's racist.
It is. Yes, that is racist.
That's his job, Brick.
I know.
John's getting his
I set him up for him, and he knocks him down.
so now they have to spend 5 minutes talking about how cool their dads are.
Yeah,
Whose dad's cooler?
and you're just like, I could not possibly care.
They
about
literally
He said
say-
his dad caught a bullet with his bare hands.
At the end of this, like back and forth of bullshit, they literally say like, "My dad could beat up your dad."
Yeah.
Like it's just
my daddy, suburban Sasquatch.
pedantic, churlish.
He goes,
My dad works at Nintendo.
So,
he cannot be cured.
He's Squatch Hunting.
all right. So now they just they send in
The
Carter
clowns.
first to just be a shit in this restaurant. He goes up to the hostess. He's like, "I want to talk to Juntao. I'm going to sit at this table. I'm going to smell everyone's food."
I'm
Well,
his attorney.
Yeah. First of all, they didn't send him in to be an ass. That's just all he can do.
Yeah, he just chose to be an
But yeah, I don't know why he's just like, oh, this is a name I heard, so I'm gonna start throwing it around
Yep.
willy nilly, like I fucking know anything.
You know, why wouldn't the plan be something like, "I'm going to walk in and just be an asshole. You sneak around and back into the kitchen
Yeah.
and see what you can figure out."
Yeah,
Something like that.
That would be
Are we
what good
believing
cops
this
might be
guy
able
has
to do.
never had Chinese food before?
yeah it seems
Yeah.
that way.
Probably never had eel.
But it wasn't eel. It wasn't eel. I feel like Jackie Chan was lying to him because he wasn't
no.
eating camel hump either.
No, that was probably eel because he when he
It looked like chicken
Like,
indoors.
It was
Tastes like chicken.
It was straight up Chinatown, though. You could get like all kinds of crazy food, you know.
And it's like L.A. Chinatown.
And I-
not
yeah.
like
I mean,
Ohio
eel is
Chinatown.
really good.
Okay,
I will say,
that's fine. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying
Is it
done the right way.
eel
Seemed like-
good?
what?
No, that most definitely does not eel good.
Oh.
What?
All right, so
He's the one they call Dr.
meanwhile, on the
Eelgood.
security camera, like Chinese M&M here is looking at the monitors. He's like, "Oh, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, fuck, get the girl out of here."
It's
You
too
know,
much bullshit.
It's
at
too much
once.
bullshit. Yeah, and then the camera pans over, and it's the obvious bad guy is the real bad guy.
No, British guy is bad guy all along.
Who would have known?
I
So
also like apparently when they say somebody's looking for Juntao, this wall opens up with all the TV monitors,
Yeah.
and there's one big TV in the middle that's pointed right at fucking Chris
Right at
Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Yep.
I guess that's just where the focus is at all times.
Oh.
And apparently the only other camera that's there is pointing right outside the alleyway so he can see British guy later.
Yep.
It would have made more sense if Max Headroom was on one of those.
Seriously.
So one of the waitresses here tries to put the iocane powder in Jackie Chan's tea, and he sees her necklace. He's like, "Oh fuck no, I'm not
Yeah.
drinking this."
Well,
That's-
that
that's
necklace
the-
is the girl's
Yeah.
necklace.
It's
Yep.
the necklace he gave to Su Young.
So young.
So young.
So meanwhile,
I seriously question that.
Tony,
You're
what
making it
what
worse.
happened to you? There was ash all over Tony, all over the table.
He's decided to do the
Tony, you're
rest
looking a
of-
little ashy.
Yeah, he decided to do the rest of the episode in
Like you need
blackface
some
for
lotion.
reason.
I hate all of
All
them.
right,
No, I'm Ash Ketchum. Get him, Pikachu.
fucking. All right,
Sonichu?
they take Carter up into the upstairs office, and they all surround him and just kick the shit out of him.
Have you ever seen Deliverance?
Yeah.
It's pretty much what this is.
So he's like, put the gun down, fight me like a man. And then a dude just kicks him in the face. He's like, which one of y'all just kicked me?
I did.
Yeah, and then they just beat him up. And, Blonde M&M's like, wipe yourself off. You're bleeding. This will totally not pay off at that finale of the film.
It doesn't.
Yep. Then fucking Lee sneaks up there as a waiter. He does the old tell the waiter to come over here, and takes the tray of Chinese food. And I don't know if we would call this a fat chat foul or not, because he wastes 3 entrees on this one dude.
It really is just two plates of rice and some egg rolls.
That was jazzed up rice though. Like that had some protein of some sort in it. And some vegetables.
I mean, if it's
Sure.
a choice of getting shot or
Yeah.
It's a
throwing
life
a
or death
tray full
situation.
of food at
I'm-
somebody,
He should have at least taken a bite of each plate
I
before
don't
he
know.
threw it.
Like, I've seen a man just straight up be arrested for enjoying a succulent Chinese meal, and this guy he just wasted it on this first dude. He could have put it down, is what I'm saying. I think he at least needs a yellow card.
But then he wouldn't have been able to throw the
Joe,
tray
that's
at
racist.
the other guy.
I walked right into that.
Wow.
I can't even be mad at you. I can't even. All right, someone else take over. I gotta sit in the corner for a while.
Court dismissed.
Rob, take his notes away.
That was good.
Case dismissed.
Yeah, I mean, he did waste some food, but it was
Case
pretty
dismissed
cool.
on prosecutorial misconduct.
As is usually the case in our fat chat court. But he did it in a. Yeah, no, it was a fat chat foul because it wasn't even that cool. Like he just threw the
Yeah.
whole plate. If he had like thrown each individual dish at like 3 different guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he flung the stuff at the one guy, but then he used the tray
he
as
used
a
a tray
frisbee
like
on
Captain
the other
America,
guy.
yes. But if he had like done like a whoosh, you get a plate in the face, you get a plate in the face, you get a plate in the face, and then the fourth guy gets the thing. That would have been.
If he was going to waste it, use it efficiently.
Especially
Right,
considering he just ran in there and threw the plates at people. It wasn't even like it was a disguise, really.
No, he just literally threw that whole
So,
tray.
so
at
now,
one dude.
what about if he was fucking like he took them and he was like he went downstairs, is like pack these up. They want him to go, and then he comes in like throws the tray, does all the stuff, and as he's running out, he grabs the plastic bag with 3.
That
Well,
would've
then he's
been-
a
That's
fat chat
fucking
hero.
legend right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
yeah.
That it's not hard, people. Just I could make this movie funny.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's not hard to be fat.
All right, here's how I know it's a fat chat foul. Okay, I'm getting hungry just thinking about all that
Yeah.
Chinese food that
Yeah,
was
I
wasted.
can't
I'm
argue
debating
that.
eating it off of that carpet.
Right, like I would eat it off the floor if it's good enough.
Oh.
Not that floor.
There's Chris Tucker blood on that floor.
There's Chris Tucker blood, but that's not. But that's not. It doesn't look like a sex room. It looks like a.
Also, point in fact, Chinese food is one of those things that just you can't eat off the floor. Really, like there's
can suck
there's
that
too
rice
much
up.
there's too much like tiny bits and wet
That,
bits.
that
and
rice
that's-
absorbed all the carbon.
Yeah, like there's like no.
Okay, you guys are ignoring the egg rolls that were there.
The egg roll, you could
Egg
could
roll
5
you
second
do.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
egg roll you might
might
be
even
able
be
to.
able to peel a layer
And
off of it.
honestly, if the rice lands in a pile, you could scoop the top.
Yeah, I was
top
gonna say,
Actually,
just the
yeah,
top.
if it's in a pile, but it looks
Yeah.
like that dispersed pretty well.
I mean, I've done that before.
Yeah, like I would go at it like drinking water from a lake, like just
yeah.
put your hands in and then
Lap that up.
like
Yeah.
just,
And
Put
I mean,
your front hooves in front of it and just.
yeah, put my little.
I don't
put my
know.
little
There's been Chris Tucker blood on the floor and a Chinese M&M doing God knows what up here.
And that guy tracked in God knows what from the Britons.
the Britons.
the Britons.
All right. Get that hoof in mouth.
All right. So, all right. So now we get more more Jackie Chan shenanigans
Fucking
here.
Beatlemania.
He's doing all kinds of cool shit with like kicking guns about. I do like the rug
Gonna
trick
get
was pretty
Brexit.
cool when like the gun went flying onto a rug and he like rolled it up and then used it to launch the gun to Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, he never uses the gun.
No, because everyone can roundhouse kick a
So
gun out
you're
of your
just
hand.
like, why are we doing this with the guns? Just stop. Just stop.
No, all this, everything Jackie Chan is doing is the cool stuff Jackie Chan
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And
But
that-
it's
Go-
more like, I think all of it is stuff I've seen him do better in other movies.
There are a lot of
so-
Jackie Chan fights where it's just fighting over a gun for a while
Right.
and no one ever shoots anybody else
That's-
with
Well,
it.
yeah, I think that's just generally a Jackie
Yeah.
Chan thing.
So anyway, the rug trick was cool. And then through some choppy editing, somehow we end up with Jackie Chan sitting in a chair. Chris Tucker is like Rocket 69 on top of him, and they ride this son of a bitch right down the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know how
And you're
that
like,
happened.
when did that? Yeah, when did that even
There
occur?
was a few minutes earlier than that, but they were like, "Oh, if you keep that in, this is going to be NC-17."
Yeah.
so they had to take that out.
And then Kevin McAllister pushes a toolbox on top of
Yeah.
them both.
On the way out, Lee steals the waitress's necklace because that is the necklace he gave Su
Doesn't,
Young.
Which
doesn't
again,
go for the
how-
boob grab
what?
this time, though.
No, but like there
be
was
like his
that
trademark.
seemed
Yeah.
like the most generic ass necklace.
And then on the
I think he
way,
just stole it from that poor
yeah,
lady.
it's probably not even hers.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
So on the way out, the screenwriter's just like, oh, the restaurant explodes somehow. I don't even know. They shot something in the kitchen, and it.
Michael
Shot
Bay
the,
was shot.
the gas line.
Yeah, they.
Okay.
And so the restaurant just fucking blows up, and now the
I don't know, just
The-
wishing we could go back and then it's like we throw stuff like that into like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Like he goes back and puts a little, the cayenne powder or whatever on the thing, and it makes it explode.
like just picturing Michael Bay's Up, like that trailer where everything's exploding in the
Yeah.
background for no reason. So now the cops show up and they're like, you motherfuckers, we were coming to make the drop and get the girl, and you guys ruined it. Probably even blew up my daughter. And
Only hope.
they go back to the consulate, and Carter's removed from the case, and Lee is being sent back to Hong Kong. And Carter,
Your
in a
ass is deported.
selfless move, he runs in and he's like, okay, I'm a total asshole. None of this is Lee's fault. I was really just being a jerk the whole time. And
Which is true.
Counselor Han's like, I'm still going to send him back to Hong Kong.
Yeah, well,
too
yeah,
little,
yeah,
too
yeah,
late.
Well, there's also a
Yeah.
thing of like, fuck all of you, because if
Yeah.
you guys had talked to the FBI, they might have been more informed and know what you're trying to do, and maybe told you
Yeah.
not to do that. If the FBI had not been trying to shove you two
Yeah.
away and
Yep.
keep you out of everything, you might have not been involved. Like, you're all assholes.
It really is like romantic comedy rules.
Well, yeah, it's that misunderstanding
But
comedy
it's not
shit.
misunderstanding. It's just nobody
Well, that-
told anybody.
Yeah, but
the
those
truth.
that's what all those misunderstanding things
Well, yeah,
are. It's
yeah.
just like, oh, if you just fucking took 1 minute to be like, no, it wasn't kissing her. She was giving me mouth to mouth, or whatever the misunderstanding is in those stupid ass movies.
She's
You know.
actually a lamprey.
I was trying to get something out of her back pocket with my penis.
Quick aside, He-Man villain that sucked onto things. Was he Succor? Was that his name? You know the one I'm talking
No,
about.
I
Like,
think it was Leech.
Leechor.
Yes,
Leechor,
I
okay,
believe
was
so.
that. There was a Stinkor though.
There
Yes.
was
There was not a
Stinkor.
Succor.
Oh,
was a
just Leech. His name
Just
is
Leech.
just.
Oh, it's just
Okay.
sweet. Okay.
They didn't even get a Robin.
But he did suck.
He sure did. So yeah, they're dismissed. Led Zeppelin's in the background singing "Communication Breakdown," and the ransom's now $70 million, and it's going to be at the the consulate is having this like gallery display of Chinese cultural artifacts that Juntao tried to steal. So now Lee and Carter split up. Just going back to the airport, Lee's like, sorry. I mean, Carter's like, I fucked everything up. Lee's like, well, Don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for that little girl, because the FBI is just going to ruin this. They're going to get her blown up.
Yeah. I think they actually plan on shooting her to remove any obstacles.
So the obvious bad guy shows up at the consulate, and he's like, "Oh, you should definitely pay this dude. Yeah, I would.
You give him whatever money he
I
wants.
wouldn't mess
man,
around
you know?
with him.
As a matter of fact, you should stop looking into it, really.
His dick's at least 3.5 feet long.
Oh, yeah, he's
don't,
huge.
Don't mess
He's
with it.
huge.
Yeah,
dick,
he
like,
can.
China can't handle it.
He can hit you with it from here. Like
He's probably like, I would say he's got the same dick as. Oh, do you guys have Godzilla, or is that just a?
it's like a. How long's your Great Wall?
It's at least that long.
At least that long.
At least that long.
Yeah. All right.
Same
so,
girth. Same girth.
Take it from a first Caucasian.
Take it from the first. Okay, that's right.
I've been to your land. I know what it's about. So
I've had your eel.
now, Carter, he calls Detective Johnson, who's just dancing at home in a t-shirt, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. Something's going down tonight. I need you to look into all these things and be at the consulate. And what color panties are you wearing?" And she hangs up on him.
Really?
And then he's
Which
like
is code for stained panties.
blown out,
Blown out. That's right.
possibly like some period panties.
Ruptured.
Yeah.
Ruptured panties.
It was odd that this, like, apparently,
Unconscionable.
I guess maybe just because it's not rated R, like, we wanted to have some nudity, but we couldn't have it, so we just have her in a
it's her-
t-shirt with
It's her
no
day
bra.
off. She just woke up. You know.
Yeah, I mean, today was my day off. I danced around in my underwear.
Or she was getting
Yeah.
ready.
But
to
you
go
were
to
wearing
bed
a bra.
with the other.
I was. I took it
A
off for you
bro,
guys.
Tony. A
it's
bro.
it's a man's year.
no.
Thank you
a
very
man's
much.
ear.
No,
I'm
not,
sorry.
not at the stage I'm at.
There's no containing
It's
this
just a
anymore.
B cup now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pre 9/11. You can just dress like a mechanic and walk out onto a plane.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Carter fucking walks in there, and his argument is basically like, "My dad got killed making a traffic stop for nothing. So
His life was meaningless.
his life is meaningless. So
Because his
we
partner didn't get out and back him up.
so we need to go get this bad guy."
Which, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I like how he says that, although he was the partner that was hiding when the
Yeah.
whole
Yep.
transaction was going down earlier.
Well,
I don't even think.
where to begin? So, his father, you would think there does seem to be some kind of connection of the, I don't want a partner because, my father's partner turned out to be not so great or whatever, supposedly, whatever.
It would have made
He was getting a
more
burrito
sense
when
if
I got
his
shot with a
father-
shotgun.
Or if either his father's partner or maybe he had previously had a partner that got killed and he
Yes.
couldn't do anything about it.
Sure.
That would have made more sense.
There's a lot of things. But, so he thinks his father died for nothing for a routine traffic stop.
Yeah.
But he still followed in his footsteps and wants to go above and beyond and become an FBI agent.
And that is proof that the two of them together should continue trying to save this girl, even though there is no evidence that they won't fuck it up again.
Right.
Yeah, and because the story about how his partner was shitty and didn't save him.
And this worked-
So let's be partners now.
The movie can't
'Cause-
even be bothered to show us how this works. It just works.
Sure.
It- So yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I think it's basically he goes there to try and say something to Lee, but Lee ends up inspiring him more, which inspiring Tucker inspires Lee himself,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. They all
I
work
don't-
hard
So either way, we cut to the consulate.
and sing.
And
We're almost done.
Fucking, Blonde Eminem is behind the bar. You got Counselor Han and Juntao are like about to give a speech, and that's when Lee and Carter and Detective Johnson show up. And here's where Lee reveals his weakness. He's like, "I don't want to see any harm come to these precious artifacts," because that that comes up in a couple minutes.
Also,
But here's the thing: they're all Chinese knockoffs.
Oh, but
And this is something Rob brought up while we were watching this, and it's a great point, especially now because it didn't even hit me until just now. But like, yeah, if you are taken off the case and you're leaving, fucking give the description of this guy.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Yeah.
He's serving drinks to the guests.
He's like the
So-
biggest problem in this whole movie, and nobody decides to like put a picture of him up.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a Band-Aid on. Everyone's like, excuse me, did you go to a fight club before you
I mean,
got behind the
You
bar?
appear to have a bleeding eye scar
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
pal.
You need medical attention? So, now, like, Han's giving a speech, but he cracks up at the part where he's mentioning about leaving the artifacts for their children to enjoy. And then Carter's like,
Chokes up, not
hey,
cracks up.
that obvious
'Cause he
bad
knows they're
guy,
fakes.
that, I saw him at the restaurant doing bad guy stuff. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get everyone out of here.
Yeah,
And I'm going to go make a scene.
just cause mass panic. That's the best way
Sure.
to take care of it.
And the FBI just sees him and they're like, fuck. And the movie conveniently sets it up so everyone from the FBI is wearing a tuxedo and everyone from Juntao's organization is wearing like a white like staff uniform. So you got your spy versus spy, factions.
Oh, yeah.
And then
so you know who you should be shooting at.
yeah. So now Chris Tucker's like, everyone, I need you to proceed to the exit in a calm and orderly manner. And everyone's like, okay. And he's like, hey, nobody, you better panic. You can get out of here. Get your titties out
Get
of
your
here.
titties out of here.
Just shut up. And then Jackie Chan just starts running at the bad guy, yelling, Juntao, a bunch of times. And the bad guy's like, I got a detonator. It's hooked up to this guy's daughter. I'll blow her the fuck up. Carter's just like, woo, and sneaks away. Like, he holds left control and goes
Yeah.
into sneak mode. And, not one person notices this guy move.
And it's not like
The
he's
eye fully
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah, he hides under a cardboard box.
and it's not like he slinks away either. He
No.
runs away with
fucking
feet making
stammers.
noises.
Yeah.
Pat, 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 pat.
And he just goes out to a van because, in fairness, Juntao did say she's in a car nearby with a bomb. So he's like, I'll just go out and find a van with an Asian man standing outside it. And
Could you imagine it was the wrong van?
yeah, but don't worry, the Asian man identifies himself as a bad guy by immediately pulling a gun on Chris
Yes.
Tucker.
Oh, sure.
Which, in fairness, is a fairly rational reaction to Chris
Yes.
Tucker coming at you.
Absolutely.
But Chris Tucker, now he knows the steal the gun move. He takes it from him. And he's like, bet you didn't know I could do that.
Gloats.
Yep.
Because I couldn't an hour ago.
So he finds the daughter. He's going to take the bomb vest off of her. She's like, don't take it off. It'll go off. So he's like, all right, I got a plan. Get in the van. And meanwhile, the standoff inside is getting tense because one of the FBI guys tries to draw his gun. And everyone's like, don't draw your guns, blah, blah, blah. We see there's a helicopter on the way to pick up Juntao. So Carter's like, tense standoff. I got your solution. I'm going to crash a van through the fucking wall. And we get 2 seconds of gun time before Carter comes out and he's like, hey, check it out. I got your daughter. She's got a bomb. Go ahead. Blow us up. Blow everyone up. And Juntao's like, I could just leave, but I'm going to stand here. And then gun time just resumes. Everyone's shooting each other again. And, they take Su Young back into the van, and Johnson does her bomb squad stuff and gets the bomb off of her. So Jackie Chan's like, all right, I'll take this bomb. I'm wearing it now. And go run around with it.
Yeah, it fits him really well, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Having just come off of an 11-year-old girl.
Well, it did look gigantic on her.
Right. Gigantic to the point you could probably just slip it right off of her without
Indeed, she
activating
probably
the
would.
bomb.
Just,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. Terrible bomb.
Yeah.
Hold your arms up, sweetheart. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, in order
Also-
for it to have detonated on removal, it would have had to have had some kind of trigger on the release for the actual vest or something clipped to her or something like
Also,
that.
Yeah,
spoiler
there's-
alert, instead of pulling out your tools to cut the wire, apparently you could have just gone along the seam and the thing falls
Yep.
apart.
Yeah.
But,
So,
hey.
Juntao's a heavy dude. He can't be contained by one fast.
That's what you get by buying made in China.
That's
Yeah.
right. Wish.com shit.
Wish.com bombed us.
Timu.
Yeah, that
Timu Bomb
Timu
Fest.
bombed us.
Oh,
It was made by little girls like her.
Yeah. True. Very true.
so
She was like whispered, "Don't worry, I sewed the shoulders really weak."
these crack FBI guys are just standing in this control room where all the money is, and they're just like, "Are people shooting guns down there?" And Juntao just walks in and he's like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang," and like, all of them are like, "Oh, we got us."
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's like 5 trained FBI agents in there, and he shoots them one at a time, and
Yep.
none of them like duck
No.
or fire back.
This
Nothing.
isn't like a John Wick movie.
No.
This is-
Yeah.
It's not even like Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
Man with No Name. It's like, I'm just an old British guy. I'm gonna point a gun at you and shoot, and now I'm gonna move the gun to facing you. You haven't acted yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fire. Bam.
Yeah, if I were in place of that head FBI guy, by the time that gun even started to turn in my direction, I would have thrown the chair at his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. Something. Just like, hey,
They were all high from sniffing all that
Yeah.
money.
there you go.
So, he grabs like a suitcase full of money and he's going off.
I don't
decline.
need 70 million or whatever. Just the 20,000 in this case is fine, I guess.
That's
Whatever.
better than nothing.
Yeah,
Climbs
that's
in the
true.
roof of the consulate, and now, oh yeah, someone set up Lee the bomb. But this fight is probably my favorite in the movie, though, where he's fighting the two guys, and he uses the bomb to knock the gun out of their hands, and then they realize they're like, if we tip this vase over, he has to catch it because he doesn't want it to break. So then they're like getting free hits in, and he's fighting them while he's trying to deal with this one prop falling over. And he gets him set up in this one cool spot where he's got the vase on his back and he's got the two of them lined up, and he does these like cross elbow punch moves real fast.
That
Like a
was terrible.
Jackie Chan.
I
like,
mean,
30
That looked
years
like
ago.
Three Stooges combo.
I do wish they'd gotten to that a little faster. I feel like the whole where they're pushing them over and stuff, and he's catching them. I feel like that went on a little bit too long for me.
I liked it.
Yeah, I mean it's a personal thing.
Yeah. And then, of course, right after he gets the vase set up perfect and whatnot, a stray bullet shatters it.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course.
So now Lee's going after Juntao and Carter's going after Blonde Eminem. And there's like 20 dead guys below.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like so many people have died trying to save this girl. And they, call it Juntao, he goes into the money room, or not Juntao, Blonde Eminem goes into the money room.
Asian
starts
Eminem.
filling up his, Asian Eminem. Starts filling up his own suitcase with money. Carter runs in, and so the guy's like, "Fight me like a man. We'll both drop our guns at the same time." Both of them have extra guns, so then it becomes a quick draw contest. And Carter shoots him, and then he throws a hanky at him. He's like, "Wipe yourself off. You're dead."
It's terrible one-liner.
So bad.
Um,
Just repeat the "you're bleeding."
yeah.
Yep.
Would have been fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got he's dead.
So now there's a chase scene. There's the guy Juntao. He's up on a balcony, and Jackie Chan's trying to catch him, but he locked the door to get up to the balcony. So Jackie Chan has to do some sweet balance beam moves, and he's just like 50, 60 feet in the air or whatever. And it's pretty cool. They're fighting with the money suitcase. This guy's using. Like, he shoots the gun a couple times, Jackie Chan, then the gun's out of ammo, so he's like, "Fuck it," and just throws it over the rail. Like, you murdered 4 people with that. That's evidence right there. And second off,
Not if you get away, I
yeah,
guess.
club
Question
Jackie
mark.
Chan with that instead of your money with your briefcase with like $2
Yeah.
million in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed, Joe, but everyone in this movie, as soon as that thing's out of ammo,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't have another clip, you're just throwing the gun.
Yep.
Like, not even, like you said, at someone, just throwing it on the ground,
don't
like
think
whatever.
anyone's
It's just
loaded.
garbage now.
Yeah.
Some people reloaded, I think, but yeah, maybe once or twice, but then it's just, yep, nope, I'm done with this. This gun is, a waste.
He's trying to club Lee to death with a suitcase full of money, and
That would, like, to be fair, that would have been very heavy.
Oh yeah, if that hit you.
Yeah.
But it breaks open, all the money
But that-
falls, and then
Yeah.
Shitty
now
team
he's
of
like,
suitcase.
"Oh no, I fall over the balcony," and he grabs onto Jackie Chan, who's just holding on to a pipe, and the bomb vest makes that noise as it seems rip, and Juntao falls to his death right into a fountain.
John seems just ripped, and
You
we're
gotta
almost
get
about to
the-
fall to our deaths.
You get the shot of Carter going, "Oh, he did." And
Which, yeah, I have to think maybe some of this was reshoots or something. I hope, because yeah, Carter spends so much time just dicking around. Like
Yeah.
he's on the ground. Like the money starts falling. He's just like, oh, well, that's
he's
cool.
Totally distracted by
Yeah.
the rain of.
Yeah, and then he starts
Taking out
collecting
the
some of the
clothes.
money.
Yeah.
He's stuffing it in his shirt. At this point, he still has not realized his partner is dangling from the fucking beam several feet ahead.
even when he sees Lee's dangling there, he starts fucking with him. He's like, "I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go," and
Yeah, he's making
he's
jokes,
like,
and he doesn't
back
have a
in an
plan.
hour.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a plan.
he finally grabs a tapestry and uses that as Lee's falling to kind of catch him and redirect Lee into basically giving him a high velocity fuck tackle. And like the Rocket 69 down the stairs, like it ends up with Carter on the ground with Lee on top of him, and Lee kisses him because he's so happy he's not dead. And then
And then he's just like, "Don't apologize to, or don't." What was it he said? Don't.
Said I was being polite.
Don't be
Yeah.
polite to me. Be polite to my balls.
yeah.
It's just like, do you want him to kiss your balls?
Yes, I think that was very clear.
So
He wants to take their relationship to the next level.
outside, you see Han. He's happy. His daughter comes over and punches Lee into dick again. It's like, "Why'd you take so long to find me?" He puts the necklace on her. They're happy. Cut to the airport. Chris Tucker's hitting on the waitress, and then the FBI shows up. Both of these men were shot like less than 24 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like walking around like,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And they're like, "Will be a badge waiting for you when he gets back." And Chris Tucker's like, "Why don't you take that badge, shine it up all pretty, turn it sideways, and shove it up your ass? Going on vacation with Jackie Chan." And then they sit down.
Going
and
on my honeymoon with Jackie Chan.
Just start yelling. And Jackie Chan puts his headphones on. He's like, "Whoa!" Huh. And the movie ends with them just making noise. And you get
That's how it began. That's how it's gonna end.
what's probably the most disappointing Jackie Chan blooper reel I've ever seen, because there's really not that many good Jackie Chan bloopers in it. He didn't really fuck up that much stuff. Chris Tucker, on the other hand, cannot talk.
Well, he can.
He can't say Chelsea
Just a
Clinton. He fucking calls her Chelsea Grammer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. No, my favorite was at one point he called her Chelsea Carter.
Yeah.
That's his name. You fucking idiot.
I mean, in fairness, I would have called her like 5 different things and said the wrong word too.
Who
But
you
I'm
got?
also not $1 million actor.
Yeah, but also like there is the thing of like John made a comment about this while watching it, but like I'll give him if he doesn't know Chelsea, but yes, Clinton was our president at that time. Like you should know that part.
Who you got? Chunky Clinton?
Yeah. Oh, was he still president? Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he
Right?
was.
Yeah, okay.
And then we do get the scene of the cop telling telling Chris Penn to show us your ass.
McIntyre.
That's rush hour.
All right.
Yep.
So, since Rotten Tomatoes was made for this film, what does Rotten Tomatoes have to say about this film?
Well, they had to say critics gave this a score of 62%. Audience gave this a score of 78%.
Rotten Egg Rolls.
Yeah, that's their thought and opinions on this rotten egg roll. What about you and yours, Rob?
Yeah, it's a pretty rotten egg roll. I can't think of a reason to watch this movie. I mean, it's got Jackie Chan doing stuff, but there's better movies with Jackie Chan doing stuff. Chris Tucker is annoying. The plot is kind of non-existent to stupid. and it was really just a big nothing burger of a movie. So I'm gonna say go ahead and just watch something else. Watch Drunken Master.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool
Yeah,
last
well,
movie to see.
all right. Brick.
Honestly, I didn't hate this movie. Now, Carter sucks and is annoying, but they've got some entertaining action scenes and choreographed fight stuff, and it's fine for a movie that you would just casually watch, maybe have in background while you're doing something. There's been other movies that I've said that about. There's plenty of other better movies, like Rob was just saying. Drunken Master is a better Jackie Chan movie, but I feel like this movie's harmless. So if you watch it, like, it didn't feel like it took the entire time that it. How long was this? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, it was 98 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fairly tight. I'll
It
go with
didn't
that.
feel like it was that much dragging on, kind of like how I'm doing right now. So yeah, I would say just watch it.
I'm going to
If
say
you
it's a
feel like it.
late recommend.
Yeah.
Okay. John.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chris Tucker. I like him in very small doses, more like Fifth Element style. Even that presses it a little much. I do like Jackie Chan. This not a shining example of Jackie Chan film. I would agree. I'd rather watch Drunken Master. So yeah, I would not recommend, and say instead, watch that, or I mean almost any other. I don't think I've seen any other Jackie Chan movie that I enjoyed less than
Well, Drunken Master's his masterpiece.
A drunken masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think of any worse than this?
not that I've seen.
What, Jackie Chan movies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they exist,
I
but
agree.
be glad you haven't seen them.
The Sonichu medallion.
Yeah. Still take that over the Tuxedo.
I've not seen either of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, not recommend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I'd give it like a C minus. It's not good. It hasn't aged well. Chris Tucker's annoying as all get out. I kind of like the buddy bond between them, but there's better duos. It ain't no Tango and Cash. I'm saying that sarcastically, of course, but
It's no Beavis and Butthead.
yeah. Either way, like I didn't really enjoy it that much. It's got some good Jackie Chan shenanigans, but like watch Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Like if you want modern day Jackie Chan shenanigans, just Rumble in the Bronx. And like everything else in this movie is like I don't need it. So yeah, it's not a recommend.
Yeah, that's my thing. I didn't hate the movie. It's just not
Yeah.
not worth the effort of watching it. That's
Yeah, and I'm pretty much going to agree with all that. I do feel I'm noticing more. I think I've got into this little of the like the Rotten Tomatoes scores tends to be the critics where they're at is like how dumb or smart it is, and the audience score is just how fun it is. And so it's roughly in that right area where it's just a little too dumb and not quite enough fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like, again, it's fairly harmless, but
You fell asleep.
I did. Because, yeah, it was boring, and the racist stuff does not age well, and Chris Tucker annoys the shit out of me with all the blabbling. But yeah, so I would not recommend it. So we're gonna go Drunken Master, Rumble in the Bronx. What do we want to?
either one.
Yeah, either of those are fine.
I don't think I've seen Rumble in the Bronx.
We got to watch that. It's fun.
All right, we'll go Rumble in the Bronx because you guys can't decide. So
Motherfucker.
Is this going anywhere that people are going to see and know what we
yeah,
recommended?
I would say, though, we should not review either of those movies for the podcast because it will just be us sitting there saying,
yeah.
like, Jackie Chan kicks like 20
Yeah,
people.
He does a ladder thing.
Yeah,
It's really
that's-
cool. He spins it,
well, we did
kicks
do
the shit
it,
out of
man.
the guy, and then whatever.
Like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was because somebody won a contest.
Yeah.
What's next, guys?
I think we need to roll.
Yeah.
Usually you tell us, but yeah. So next we have the D20 of Fate to decide our next movie.
I think I rolled.
You
this
did
one.
roll, so it would be Joe.
There are so many times in this movie where I noticed Jackie Chan was holding the gun properly with his index finger along the barrel,
We're done on that.
and Chris Tucker was holding it with his finger inside the trigger cage.
We've moved past that.
I feel like Jackie Chan's probably a lot more interested in the rules and
Yup.
the, you know.
Jackie Chan actually knows how a firearm operates because he can disassemble one with one
One-handed.
hand.
But none
Although
of them
that-
were practicing
that
good
trick
gun
wouldn't
safety.
work with some of the guns he did
yeah.
it on.
Anyway,
All right. I'm going to fling the gold die.
Yeah, gird your loins, guys. It's going to be bad.
Wow, 19.
19.
Very close.
Close, but not close.
Not, yeah, not a 20.
Oh, God. All right.
Is it worthy of a 19?
All right. Who's got a D6 on him?
You might think.
Oh, I rolled Star Trek?
You did roll Star Trek.
Oh,
no.
This better be an even number.
I have these on Blu-ray.
Yuckers.
Why are we rolling a d6?
to find out which Star
Which
Trek.
Star
Yeah.
Trek? Oh, they're not all individually listed.
No, I don't know why that worked out that way, but
I'm excited.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Hopefully it's not one I've
What
already
Star
seen.
Trek has already been done?
None of them.
No, oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Do not roll a 1 or a 5. Do not roll a 1 or a 5. You
Son of a
motherfucker.
bitch.
Sweet, that's the next one I was going to watch.
What, Star Trek 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are
I
you
ju-
watching them out of order?
Well,
what?
what do you mean out of order? 1. Star Trek 1.
So what have you watched previously?
I finished
I've
watching-
showed him 2 and 4.
well,
Yeah.
So you're watching them out of order.
No, I finished watching the entire series.
Uh-huh.
I just finished watching the entire series. So the next thing that I was going to do is start watching the movies,
Right.
which starts with 1.
Right.
But because Joe had shown me the other ones before,
2 separate movie
so
nights.
that's why you're watching them out of order.
Yes.
I guess.
Let's not-
but not on purpose.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Also,
Yeah,
which
reasonable, yeah.
one?
What?
Old one, new
Original
one?
Star
Original
Trek.
Star Trek. The
Okay.
first
Yeah.
Star
Yeah,
Trek.
the original Star Trek.
This is actually the only one I've not seen
Excuse
all the
me
way
for
through.
hoping I might
Call
not
it.
want to shoot myself in the
Star
face.
Trek: The Motionless Picture. As
Hey,
it's called.
Tony, if you think you fell asleep to this movie,
Oh, I know. I know.
That's
you're not even going to make it on the
why I
Enterprise
was-
before you're
That's
asleep.
why I was hoping I could convince you guys to do the Calvin timeline. or
That would have
whatever.
been my reaction to any Star Trek movie, to be honest with you.
2 and 4, I would argue the hold up.
Which one's got the fan dance? Is that 5?
5. Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Is 4 the one with the whales where they
Yeah.
time travel? Yeah, fuck
Talk
that.
to God.
6 is pretty good too. 6 is pretty
I
good.
I hate the fucking time travel. Like,
Yeah, I don't like time travel, but that one's fairly harmless as far as time travel.
Okay,
goes.
guys,
Yeah, but it set the precedent for
Next
doing
episode.
time travel in Star Trek.
for Star Trek the movie,
Prepare to meet V'ger.
V'ger.
Yep.
Oh, I have
Sounds
seen
like a
this.
slur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
all right.
get all these V'gers off my bus.
I don't even think this movie has a bad guy.
I think it sounds more like a sexual, like. You got a moist beacher.
I went to the doctor to get my V'ger cleaned.
I got it right in the V'ger, you know what I'm saying? Got
Don't
V'ger-
worry.
V'ger juice all over.
It won't pay off. The plot twist
Oh,
will
God.
not pay off.
I'm tired already.
I gotta go home and clean
All
my
right, let-
swampy beacher.
Let's end this barrage of V'ger jokes. We haven't even started with the actual movie
Oh
yet.
yeah, we've blown our load before we even watched the movie.
All up in her V'ger.
All over the feature. Guys, join us next episode for Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Is this Shatner directed?
Oh,
or
yeah.
No?
I don't know if
directed?
Shatner directed
I don't
it.
Oh,
No.
all right.
I think this might be one of the ones that convinced them to let Shatner direct. No. Shatner, he did 5.
Okay.
That one's Garbo as well.
I'd rather watch Tech War.
No.
Maybe I take that back. I'm not sure. Oh, God. All right.
Okay.
Join us next time for Star Trek, whatever. Peace out, Bean Sprouts.
Adios.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Later, my N-words.
Junto! Junto!
Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, and if possible, leave a review. If you have questions, comments, or would like to sponsor an episode, email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, you can buy a t-shirt, hoodie, and more at Teespring. Or gain access to exclusive content by becoming a patron at patreon.com/4ampodcast. Thanks again for listening. See you next time. Recording level down just a smidge.
Tell me why.
I don't want to be a virgin with rage.
Tell me why.
Why can't I meet a cute girl my age?
Tell me why.
I never want to hear you say, I have a boyfriend.